What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. And you know, I saw this article and this whole thing was trending on Twitter yesterday, talking about how James Gunn is confirming plans for Elseworld movies. And it kind of makes sense when you sit back and think about it. It's like, okay, you got, the Batman, of course, with Robert Pattinson. That's already in existence, existed before James Gunn even got thought of as the head of DC. So that's already in the works. Cool. Okay. Same thing with that Joker with Joaquin Phoenix. Okay. That already exists. Okay, so you say, all right, we got some Elseworld movies coming. Sure, why not? But then it made me wonder, like, well, why couldn't you just keep Henry Cavill on as Superman, right? Like, you could have just said, you know what? I'm planning a brand new reboot, restart of this entire universe. Nothing wrong with leaving Henry Cavill alone. We're going to have some other Elseworld movies coming along. Let's go ahead and have Henry Cavill finish out his trilogy, okay? Man of Steel, Man of Steel 2, Man of Steel 3, done. Okay, we got 3 Man of Steel films in the books. The fans are happy. Nobody's screaming for my head at this point. Why not, right? And he had to think about this, okay? Because if I can think about it, I'm pretty sure James Gunn could have said, we could have just put him in some Elseworld movies. We could just make it easy for ourselves, call it a day. The fans won't be backlashing. It won't be any of that nonsense, okay? It's kind of like, okay, we're 50-50 with it. You give me a little, I give you a little. It's a compromise, right? All right? We're not going to put him in the DCU, but we will let Henry Cavill finish out his trilogy, okay? What the hell's so wrong with that? And then it hit me. Why James Gunn wouldn't put Henry Cavill in an Elseworld film. He's not going to do it, and I know why he's not going to do it. It's as simple as competition. And here's the tweet that they were saying. Are you open to producing any Elseworld DC projects that are set in the DCU? The answers, that is actively happening. But then somebody asked, why destroy the Snyderverse? Okay, why destroy the Snyderverse? And then, a lot of people have various answers. But here's the thing. He can't compete. Not his Superman. His Superman cannot compete with Henry Cavill. Okay, I don't care who you put in that role at this moment. Okay, Henry Cavill is the Superman for this generation. Okay, and James Gunn understands that. All right, he's not a stupid man. He understands if I put my Superman out here in direct competition with this Henry Cavill Superman, he's going to get blown out of the water, okay? Especially when I'm going through a younger Superman, a younger version of Superman. And over here, we got fully established grown man Henry Cavill Superman, okay? The two cannot compete in the same space, all right, in cinema, in the film industry, all right? Because that kid, whoever they picks as Superman, is constantly going to be compared to the current Superman, who is the Superman for this generation. There's no way he could do it, okay? And that's why he can have the old Ta-Nehisi Coates Black Superman, okay? That's unaffected by the reboot. Why is this thing still going forward? Because everybody knows that's not Superman, okay? Right now, as far as the whole world is concerned, Henry Cavill is Superman. So if you keep him out there, he's going to affect these other projects that James Gunn is putting together. But this crap won't. This ain't going to affect him whatsoever, okay? Because everybody knows that whoever you choose, whether it's Calvin Ellis or Val Zod, that ain't nothing but a black dude in a Superman costume, okay? It's not Superman. All right, so yeah, you can put black Superman, whatever you want to call him. That's not Superman. Everybody respects that, okay? All right, even these cats that put this phony crap out, they respect. Yeah, that's not really Superman. That's Val Zod. We just kind of, skin swapped Superman-like character, put him in Superman's outfit. But everybody knows it's Clark Kent. Everybody knows it's Clark Kent. So nobody takes this crap seriously anyway. But again, it just goes back to show that James Gunn, in my opinion, there's no reason not to do it unless you're afraid of the competition. Okay, unless you're afraid to compete with the real Superman for this generation. So you got to erase him from existence, okay? And like a Back to the Future photograph, you just got to erase this cat from existence and then insert your own Superman and then build that guy up. All right, instead of letting the people have the Superman for their generation. That's the way I see it. And if somebody has some evidence to the contrary, you can come ahead and prove me wrong. Hey, get James Gunn on here to tell me, nah, that's not the real reason. Okay, this is why we do it and blah, 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 blah. Because again, if you're doing this with all of these other characters, okay, and an Elseworld situation can absolutely happen, there's no reason that you can't give us Henry Cavill Superman. None whatsoever. So yeah, it's a conspiracy theory. Fine, call it what you want. I don't really care. But at the end of the day, that to me is the only reason that you're doing this, is because you're afraid to compete with a Superman that everybody loves. Like I said before, like this guy has already been cooking up a Superman story in his head, okay? He probably was doing it when he was writing Brightburn, okay? He kind of has some kind of a Superman origin story going on in his head, probably all the way back then, and probably carrying it forward. And what would I do if I had to do a Superman story? And, you know, maybe that can help me go get this DC job. He probably pitched that story to David Zaslav, and Dave said, yeah, let's do it, okay? So that's probably why he got the keys to this thing in the first place. That's my opinion, but I mean, if that's the case, man, James Gunn, you're chicken shit. You should have just competed with Henry Cavill and then tried to outdo that, all right? Write so great of a story that we're like, oh, hell yeah, man, no, these two Supermen are competing. Who's the best, you know? But I think this guy was so afraid that his Superman was going to just get washed out by Henry Cavill that he just said, nah, we just got to get Cavill out of the way. And then my guy is the only guy, okay? And yeah, if they want to do that Val Zod shit, yeah, go ahead. I don't care. But anyway, folks, what do you think about my conspiracy theory? You can go ahead, get down in the comments. Let me know what you think. I think I'm right, but you might think I'm wrong. All right. Thanks for watching. See you next time.